how do I know what is spiritual warfare and what is not spiritual warfare when I'm dealing with life?
What do I know? Oh, okay. When you're dealing with life.
Yeah. How do I know when I need to strap on the full armor of God and fight something, or if it's just, random earthly happenstance?
Right. I think honestly, sometimes it can be hard to discern.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, like, I mean, there's times where like my wife and I are even like praying together and we're like, is this the enemy? Or is this just the world happening the way it is,
Yeah.
like, and I think sometimes it's hard to discern all of those different things,
Okay.
I mean, like, like when we're sitting there going, all right, well, man, my dad just got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. We've had to change jobs. We've are dealing with the sickness of another family member. And it's just like, one thing after the other. And you're like, and we were looking at it going, but none of this feels like demonic attack that caused these things, Now,
Right.
Maybe it was in some of those things, but it just felt like the Lord's grace, was kind of, his hand was involved in us, moving churches. I hate cancer for all that it's worth, but I don't think like the devil gave my dad cancer. Like we live in broken bodies in this broken world, and he got cancer, and
You just get the cancer.
yeah, and it sucks, and so I think what we then had to be cognizant of, okay, all right, we feel a little bit overwhelmed, we feel a little bit stressed, we feel pretty emotional about all of these things, and if we're not careful, that's where the enemy can attack. Not necessarily in the causing of the events, but in our responses and our reactions to it.
Right.
And I think that's maybe where we have to be careful, because I don't think everything is a demon, right? I don't think everything that happens in life that's bad is caused by a demon. But I do think if we're not careful, we'll respond in such a way that opens up a door for the enemy. Whether it be anger or whether it be, just wanting to go, what, God, I don't know what you're doing, forget you, whatever. Like, we open those doors up, and instead of drawing nearer to the Lord and him coming near to us, it's like we almost begin to resist the Lord, or we become unfaithful in biblically loving others as we should, and therefore anger or resentment can build up, right? And therefore the next thing you know, you're acting out in such a way that is contrary to what the Lord would have you do. And I think that can be influenced by the demonic. So I think we have to be mindful that not everything is demonic, caused by the demonic, but we need to be careful how we respond to certain things, because if we're not, we can't open that door up to the demonic.